It's always interesting. I mean, even, right, 468 nights into this, I never quite know when you all get online and get to start hanging and gathering with me. Man, I'm having a really good night. I am hanging with my friend Chris Trapper. Who used to live literally three blocks.
I think two.
2 blocks from me, back in the 90s, and man, when Allie and I first moved here, actually, we had a favorite bar that we would go to all the time, called the Alpine, that was also connected to a second bar that was dysfunctional by the time we were in town, called Old Pals, and it was like a piano bar. Chris used to play that place back in the day, and for those of you that, a lot of my gatherers are saying, hi, Chris. Yeah. For those of you who have not heard of Chris Trapper, we'll remedy that tonight, and I know that there are a ton of you gatherers out there who have. If you are like me, you have been listening to Chris's music for a long time. Actually, I didn't tell you this. When I was in college, I found out about you because one of your songs was on a mixtape. That I think it was it Me? Me.
Yeah. Yes.
Me was the song.
Wow.
It was my favorite song on that mix.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going way back.
That's going way back, and that's the Push Stars, which is where Chris didn't start, but he kind of jumped into the music scene pretty hard and fast, and but now he does his own thing, and he plays in a lot of the same places that we do these days, and we got to meet at a fundraiser in Poughkeepsie, and we hit it off, and I don't know how this happened. I think one of us reached out. I think I reached out to Chris and I said, "Hey, we should probably be drinking whiskey together at some point." And he said, "I used to live at Chelsea. I'll come over." And I said, "All right. Well, if you're coming over, you're gonna gather with us. So I'm gonna play a couple. Songs. I'm gonna give the floor over to Chris. Maybe we'll chat a little bit. But as you know, I think that us in the Northeast, for those of you that are in New England, in the Northeast, and there is such an incredible amount of talented singer-songwriters, and I'll put Chris up against anyone when it comes to songwriting. I love his music, and I'm excited for you guys to get to hear it a little bit. One thing that we talked about a lot over dinner was the fact that we shared a management company for a little while, and also we weren't on the team at the same time, but the other artist who I know you all know that was on that same squad is Ellis Paul, and Ellis, as some of you know, was a big mentor for me and a mentor for Chris as well. We are still both friends with Ellis, and so I thought maybe I would start this gathering off tonight, sharing this night with Chris, playing a song that I wrote with Ellis, and so Ellis put this on one of his albums, but I think I think he and I should probably sing it together and put it on a release at some point. I think it would be really fun to just do a duet with him on this song. We've done it a couple times live. We actually did it at a gathering once, didn't we? And anyways, it's a song I love. And the other thing Chris and I were talking about tonight was just our shared history, being in the trenches, playing shows every night, driving around the country in a van, being dirty and impoverished and hustling to write songs and do right by the people that work with you and do right by your fans and scrape and claw and scratch and try and be an artist and make your way in the world. Not a lot of people in my universe that I have such a shared experience with, and so that was really fun too. Anyways, the subject matter of this song, Dennis Brennan, who is, I'm a huge fan of Dennis, songwriter, guy in Boston, and he's been around for a million years, and spent his days, had a straight job during the day, and at night he would play at the Lizard Lounge. Yeah. He might still be down there post-COVID doing his thing. And myself, my friends, those of us that are big Dennis Brennan fans have always wished and wanted for more for him. And when Ellis and I were hanging out on a writing session, we decided that, you know what, we're going to write a story inspired by Dennis. And maybe that was an easy way for us to write this song, because it was probably really a song about us and not him. It's called Waiting on a Break. 6 o'clock, the alarm starts ringing, wakes me out of a dream. Stumbled down to the car, scraped the ice till the windows clean. Waiting on a break, chasing down a long tomorrow. Waiting on a break, soon. 8 o'clock, hit the shop, punch the clock, turn the heat on. People come by their hammers, by their nails, build a dream on. Waiting on a break, chasing down the long tomorrow. Waiting on a break, soon. The crowd calls us out, 1,000 voices shout, the band will kick it out till the dream is over. When I come off the stage, they'll have to carry me away on a fanfare parade till the dream is over. 6 o'clock, close the shop, punch the clock, turn the lights down low. 6-string waiting in the corner, plug it in and just let it go. Waiting on a break, chasing down a long tomorrow. Waiting on a break, soon. Crowd calls us out, 1,000 voices shout, the band will kick it out till the dream is over. When I come off the stage, they'll have to carry me away on a fanfare parade. 9 o'clock, sound check at the whiskey. Stage smells like cigarettes and beer. Bartender gives a wave as the boys begin to play. Yeah, it's our sound 4 hours till they close us down. But someday the crowd will call us out. 1,000 voices shout. The band will kick it out till the dream is over. When I come off the stage, they had to carry me away on a fanfare parade till the dream is over. Nah, thank you. We went to one of our favorite spots. One of Allie's of my favorite spots, right here in Chelsea Square, and a place that Chris still remembers from back in the day, a place called Tijuana. And he pulled a good move. I mean, we were coming back. We knew we were going to gather with you guys, and you all know me at this point. I'm a whiskey guy, and so I knew that I would have a cup of whiskey during the gatherings. But he'd been on the margaritas, so he took a couple margaritas to go for you. So he'll be in good form by the time he comes and hangs with y'all. But it's pretty. This city has so much history to it. This city of Chelsea, this building here in the construction zone, as you all know, right? This building has 150 years of history to it, right? But there are chapters within chapters, right? And Chris was here in Chelsea a few chapters before Allie and I moved in. I mean, we're here during like the latest phase of Chelsea, and he was here as a young man and in the Boston music scene, touring with the band and figuring things out. I mean, I feel your nostalgia just looking around these streets.
The PPC club brings it all back.
PPC, Polish Political Club. Probably talked about that place before, haven't I? Oh my God. Ellis Paul is on with us right
Very
now.
nice.
Yeah. Ellis Paul, you should be here hanging out with Chris and I.
That's right.
Tonight. It's really kind of bullshit that you're not here, because you've been the subject of a lot of our talking, our chapters, sharing a management company together, but also talking about you as a mentor for us, both of us, in our lives and our careers, and pretty awesome that you're online hanging with us. It made me happy to see your face on there. I just played our song, Waiting on a Break, and
That's actually, not to interrupt, but
yeah,
it's one of my favorite songs of all time.
oh
Waiting.
yeah.
On a break.
Yeah.
I actually sang that with Ellis on tour,
No way.
like maybe 5 years ago.
Oh my God, it might have been fresh after we wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah, be the background vocalist for him.
Oh my
It's
God.
such a great tune.
Did you do that too when you were opening for him? Would you stay on stage and sing
Yeah.
backups for
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I did that, and it was my
If you wrote the song with him, it's a much higher level of
perhaps in that one particular
I was
instance.
just a background vocalist, that's it.
But when I was back in the day touring with Ellis and opening for him, I would then spend his set playing guitar and singing backups and like singing harmonies, and I just, I remember it was one of my only and favorite experiences getting to be someone else's like support musician.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so fucking fun, and with Ellis too, because
He's a good guy to do it for.
just a friend, right? Yeah. All right, so this is a song. I'll play another one called "Door to Door Sales." We have not released this one, but during that same writing session, I was down at Ellis's place in Virginia, and he was out picking up his kids one day, and I was at his place just hanging out, and there was a guy that knocked on the door selling magazines, and I was in a intense songwriting place because I was there for two days to write songs with Ellis Paul, and this guy came to the door, and he just made such an impression on me. I started writing a song. Aw. Ellis says, "I love you guys." Yo, sweetie. Yo, softy. So I came up. So Ellis, you don't know this, but I came up with the idea for this song. It's called "Door to Door Sales," and I started writing this song. And I had the idea, and I couldn't quite flesh it out. And I was songwriting with John Oates about 10 years later, and 10 years, 8 years, I don't really know. And I played him this piece of song inspired by this guy that knocked on your door while we were doing a writing session, and he was like, "I really like that. Let's write that song." So it's on our list. It's on our to-do list in the studio for sure. Let's see if I can remember all the words. Some see me coming, pretend they are gone. One more street over, no closer to home. Gray frozen winter, I'm just scraping by. Door says it's my last chance to fail. I'm a worn apparition, your eyes will turn away. Block after block, life on the clock. My road to redemption, the steps I walk each day. Watching my daughter walk home from class. She only knows me from an old photograph. But here in the shadows, I'm reaching for light. Door says it's my last chance to fail. I'm a worn apparition, your eyes will turn away. Block after block, life on the clock. My road to redemption, the steps I walk each day. Been a hard month of hustling for the little I make. One more street over, then Back to my bottle on the dark end of town. Darling, don't say it's my last chance to find it. Number one apparition, your eyes will turn away. Block after block, life on the clock. Narrow to redemption, the steps I walk each day. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother. I don't know why I chose those two songs. It could be that just hanging out with my songwriter buddy, who I really respect. Right, those are both dark songs that tell stories of like a person, you know. And I wonder if like for us as songwriters, like I'm always trying to capture that. You're right, trying to go into somebody else's world and capture their spirit and have that incorporate those things that I'm feeling that are a part of their world in my head somehow, right? Yeah, totally. Okay, well, Chris is gonna really hate this part because I'm just gonna talk about him just for a tiny second. But I'm really, so you all know this. We've had a whole lot of incredible guests over the last 468 nights. But the vast majority of those guests have been virtual guests. And so, you know, and we just keep talking about this, right? We've experienced so much of, we have experienced so much of this crisis together, all the different chapters, and it really does feel like we're coming out of the darkness. And I don't know if it felt surreal for you, but just to hang out with a buddy and go. We went into a restaurant and ate a burrito, and he's over at my house now, and we're sipping on cocktails. It's those simplest things that are that have been so absent in my life, and I know all of our lives, right? It's pretty. Makes me happy to get to do that, especially with this is really, aside from drinking with each other at a gig once, this is Chris and my first time really getting that to hang out and dig in, and it's just nice to get to meet a fellow musician who is doing a thing. And I love the way that Chris connects with his fan community. I know you gatherers that haven't heard of Chris Trapper before tonight are gonna really love what you experience. I also want to invite you to check out his latest album. And like a lot of us artists during COVID, you know, we weren't on tour. Some of us took it as an opportunity to roll up our sleeves and dig into studio stuff. And obviously we've been releasing music through the album project, and Chris's album Cold Water Waltz is his latest release. And man, I've gotten a chance to listen through, and I know you all. So you just gotta go to Spotify and you gotta listen. You know, Under Blue Stars is kind of like the single of the album, and I think it's a beautiful song. But my favorite song is one called Answer Me, and And I know because over this last year and a half, you've met a lot of artists, and I've seen you continue following them and listening to them, and I'm excited that my friend Chris is here to share his music with you. Chris, come on ahead. Sorry about that. It's
a good
It's a long,
it's
long and horrible introduction I have to sit through.
Not horrible. It was great.
All right. When you're looking, you're gonna look
right
up.
here?
This is the camera right over here.
Well, hello everybody.
Oh.
It looks really good in back of me. I'm thinking of moving in here. If that's okay.
See the washing machine, especially
Very
looks
nice.
good.
Well, that's Rockstar.
They know the construction zone.
That's when it steps up to the next level. If there's a washer or a dryer in back of you, it's pretty huge. Thank you, Adam, so much, first of all, for having me here. I appreciate it very, very much. I was just saying to him when we did our show, when you see somebody in brief live show moments, because when you're a touring artist, you get to see people very briefly, but you can kind of gauge their mixture of ego versus talent. And I thought that Adam was a super talented guy with a very humble spirit.
I thought you were going to say with a huge ego.
Well, that too, but just he just seemed like such a great guy, and we ended up drinking whiskey and talking after the show. So anyway, it's great to be here. It's great to be back in Chelsea too, where I first moved here to Boston from Buffalo, New York. So anyways, so Adam started with two very, very dark songs, so I'm gonna pick things up now and do a song about death, just to kind of like start the party happening right away. And so this is a song of mine called "Keg in My Coffin," and it's just meant to be kind of an Irish drinking song, just a celebration of life itself. Because once you realize that we all have an expiration date on us, we all start to live with a little bit more passion and just love more openly and more thoroughly. So anyway, it's called "Keg in My Coffin." Put the keg on my coffin. Actually, I'm going to bring this down a half step because I'm on my third margarita.
They're used to it, man. They're used to it.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Let me start this whole thing right. Let me start over. Put the keg on my coffin and think of me every so often. Have a loser's day parade for all my friends. Drink up life like a river till the pizza man delivers. Smile and know I love you till the end. Here's what to do when my time comes to pass. What Charlie told me through the reflection in his glass. Don't waste time praying, cause I'm never coming back. Just throw a party in my name and put the keg on my coffin and think of me every so often. Have a loser's day parade for all my friends. Drink up life like a river till pizza man delivers. Smile and know I love you till the end. Here's what to write on the stone over my grave. His friends were earned and not a penny saved. Don't waste time crying, cause you two are on your way to meet me at the pawn shop in the sky. Put the keg on my coffin and think of me every so often. Have a loser's day parade for all my friends. Drink up life like a river till the pizza man delivers. Smile and know I loved you till the end. Smile and know I loved you till the end. Smile and know I loved you till the end. Smile and know I loved you till the end.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Thank you. You coming back?
No, hell's no.
Oh,
I'm
I'm doing
gonna make you play some more.
Okay, I'm doing
how's
another
your
one.
finger feeling?
It's feeling okay.
Okay. Chris has got a finger injury, but before I tell you about that, there was a line. There was an awesome line. So I think about and I write about.
Is this mine?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
There's another one here.
Did I bring it up here myself?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're us gatherers. We're drinkers.
That's good. That's good. I know I felt comfortable for some reason. I'm not sure. Not sure why.
There's a great line in one of your songs on the new album. I'm the guy who's pulled over on the side of the highway watching the sunset, crying.
Yeah.
And then there's and it says at some point, right? I know it's all gonna go away at some point, but that's not why. Can you tell me that line? I remember it's just one that stuck with me in the album.
Well, that's the last song on the album, and I remember I was just thinking about my
second to last song.
Second to last song, yeah. Yeah, I think it's the last song before an instrumental, maybe.
Yeah, which is beautiful. Is that's you playing piano?
It's me, yeah. Yeah, it's me playing. But I was thinking about my kids and what I wanted to leave behind for them, what legacy. And so I think that's where that line came from. But that song, it's
what was the line?
I'm spacing on it now, to be totally honest with you. It'll all go away someday, but it's not why I'm weeping.
Yes, that's it. Because it's the right. It's hitting. It's just filling me up at the right time. It's
just because it reached me at just the right time.
Yeah,
at the perfect time.
That's
at
it.
the perfect
that's
time.
It.
Yeah. Yeah, it's how emotions reach you when you least expect it. Sometimes, like sometimes, I know that you've experienced this. That the part of touring that people don't talk about, and bands don't necessarily say to their fans, but is the joy of just catching a sunset in a certain state that you never expected to see, or just meeting people with a completely different vibe than you never ever expected to meet. And so that's one of the most important parts of touring is just those kind of unguarded moments when you're just open to a completely new experience or a new situation. So I've always thought with my kids, I have two teenage boys now, but I brought them on tour for many years, but I've also missed them for many of their first, like when they discovered their hands. Maybe I was on tour, so I wanted to explain kind of why I wasn't there, and so what I missed, and so half the time I think that I'm trying to make them proud by being away from them, which is the weirdest thing because you love them, but you want to show them that you want to make them proud by not being with them. So it's a very weird mix of feelings.
That's more complicated.
It's more complicated.
Right?
Yeah.
That's more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's way more complicated than that. If that song was it's one of those things where I was thinking one day on tour, I was driving looking at a sunset, and it was so beautiful I had to actually stop driving to look at it. And I started weeping. I thought, am I going through menopause or like what's happening with me? And just one of those things when it catches you at just the perfect time that it catches you off guard.
Yeah.
So you're not thinking about your cable bill or that kind of stuff. So Shay,
do it, man.
Another tune. This song I think I wrote literally two blocks away from where I'm sitting right now.
Nice.
Which is kind of cool because this became the biggest hit for my old band, and it still gets played in like Home Depots and in Bed Bath and Beyonds. Literally regularly, I'll get calls from friends saying, Chris, I'm shopping at the Gap right now, and your song is playing, and I have no idea how to respond to that. not sure if I'm proud of that, if it's a good thing or not. But this
It's
is
a good thing, man. The push stars.
That's right.
Spotify.
So my girlfriend at that time lived in East Boston, and we were breaking up. I wanted to write her a song that was basically like I still love you, but we're going separate ways. And so this was that song. Every time you smile, it takes me quite a while to recover. And every time you cry, I find I'm searching for the rock I can crawl under. Or this could be any little town. There must be mountains crumbling somewhere. And if I could take you there, I'd hold you till we vanished into thin air. It's crazy how I love you, yeah. So I went running up the street, almost forgot that I had feet, searching for something. Just peeling out my crazy eyes, feeling the full effect of lies, left me with nothing. Oh, someone said to me today, son, you run your life away, dancing and dreaming. But I could hear beneath the haze of his hopeless, lifeless days, his heart was screaming. It's crazy how I've run through you, yeah. Yes, it's crazy how I've run through you, yeah. Well, this could be any little town. Saying when she sees me, any little town. So she frees me, any little town. Sacred and easy. So it might take a lot of time. I might be last in a long line of men to love you. Should I kick and twist and scream, or could I just lay back and dream and think of summer? Oh, there'll be no one else around, just you and I and the sound of us breathing together. Stuck in this crumbling little town, we'd be happy just to lie down there forever. It's crazy how I love you, yeah. This is crazy how I love you, yeah. How I love you, yeah. How I love you, yeah. Well, this could be any little town. Saying when she sees me, any little town. And saying sure she frees me, any little town. Sacred and easy. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you.
I love that, man. So we talk about this on the gatherings a lot because
all right, cool.
After 468 nights,
right,
they have heard a lot of my songs, right?
Yeah.
And I've gotten a chance to dig into some of the songs that I've like written 20 years ago that I never shared with anybody, right? Or some of the songs that I used to be playing out, just in case that's mostly us. That is a song that you released decades ago.
Yeah, 1999.
1999.
Yes. Yeah, I can't even believe it.
Right?
I look so young. And he laughs at that, which is that's not polite, but that's okay.
So, tell me the difference. So, to me, and I knew some of your music when you were with the Push Stars back in those days, but I was a fan of like the songs that I knew, but I wasn't following the band back in those days, and so now I feel like in the last handful of years I've got to come to you objectively as a songwriter, listening to you now, and I think, just personally, I feel like your songwriting is so much. You are an example of a songwriter who continues to get stronger as a songwriter.
Oh, thank you for saying. Yeah, thanks for saying that. Appreciate it.
We talk a lot about trying to dig into, get to the most honest, real stuff that we can.
Yeah.
You are, and I think as a songwriter, that's very apparent that you have a very similar mission. Tell me, just talk to the gatherers a little bit about what the difference is between playing a song that's from Baby Chris versus, old decrepit man Chris.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I think that, I think if, that both those last songs that I played, I've literally played probably over 10,000 times a piece. And so I think as long as what you write is authentic to who you are at that moment, you can play them over and over again.
Does it take you back to that Chris that you were?
Yeah, and that was my biggest thing. If ever I've been asked to write things for films, I always write you thinking that in case this song becomes known, I have to play it repeatedly. It has to be something that's somehow is true to who I am at that time period. So both those songs, I feel like Ellis Poland said, "Old decrepit man, Chris." And he's laughing about that because he knows it's true. But basically that's my goal whenever I write anything. Is I think, what if I have to sing this like 2 decades from now? It has to be like somehow authentic. And so luckily, like both those songs and most of the songs that I've written so far, I can still sing and still connect to them, at some level emotionally where you can still plug into it. And if you can't, that becomes a problem.
Yeah.
But like I think I've sacrificed some degree of commercial appeal just to attempt to be authentic on some level. Because
that's a really interesting
it's a trade-off.
challenge.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, maybe, but to me, I'm not the right person to have an opinion on this.
You're not my psychologist.
No, but I am. I just think. Will you do me a favor? Will you play the Gatherers an example of a recent song that just feels like that you're not that it's not your most popular song, but that you're real proud of. Like you were in that really honest space right now, like recently.
Like really recently?
Well, it doesn't have to be really. Within the last 3 to 5 years.
I'm trying to think of what.
Oh, did I stump you? Hold on, you gotta unlock your phone so I can take a selfie of us right now too.
I'm trying to think what I played off my new record. Let's see. Okay.
To one of our gatherers that has seen you for the first time, just a song that's like modern Chris.
Okay, I'll play a song that's of maybe two records ago of me.
And smile so we can.
Yeah.
So there it is.
I'm sorry I wore this shirt. I didn't expect such great lighting. Where it definitely looks like Like, does this shirt come in men's or not? Because it's so.
Hold on a second. We're doing another one. Okay, you'll remember this moment when you see this posted
That's
tomorrow.
sorry, my shirt is so.
It's very masculine.
It's so disturbingly
It's
bright.
very masculine.
Oh, I can detune this. It's okay. So I wrote this more of, you like my modern kind of era of
Love that.
songwriting. And it's a song called The Accident. Don't remind me where I should be. I am here and you're here too. It's just the two of us, and isn't that enough? Just stay beside me through the morning as the sun streams through the dust. It turns to glitter, sailing round the both of us. Drove slow past the accident. Too many cars up in smoke. I thought as I was passing it that you're my only hope. You're my only hope. Don't receive me with a blessing. If you knew half of the sins I've done, you'd probably never talk to me again. Just walk beside me through the thunder, 'cause I fear what's coming around the corners more than one of us could take along. Drove slow past the accident. Too many cars up in smoke. I thought as I was passing it that you're my only hope. You're my only. Drove slow past the accident. Too many cars up in smoke. I thought as I was passing it that you're my only hope. You're my only hope. That's a newer-ish song.
Yes, and I'm like, so to me, gatherers, if you can hear me out there, right? Like to me, that, and again, maybe I'm not the normal listener, but like your writing now hits me so much deep. That to me is written from a real person who's lived a hard and real life, and is trying to express those real, honest things. The parts of himself that shine, and the parts of himself that are difficult to look at.
It's a good point because I think I was thinking of when I was writing songs that down the street here. But I think I may have even had you had a good amount of a perspective as far as writing songs, but you're less comfortable being vulnerable when you're younger.
Yeah.
Whereas when you age, as a man, you tend to get more comfortable just kind of laying it out there.
So
for whatever reason, I'm not even sure why that is, but
well, I think that. So I was once on the shores of. I was traveling. I was a student on the shores of Africa. I met a fisherman. That's the beginning of a song. Right there,
totally.
Probably, right? But
let me start writing it right now.
the guy had these hands that were just gnarled. He would pull up the lines by hand. He didn't have a rod. He would go out and he'd pull up the lines by hand. And his hands were scarred. And I think that his hands, I wanted to look at his hands and the lines in his face. And I think as songwriters, if we're really being true to the craft, the songs we write are as gnarled and real as the hands of that old fisherman.
Yeah.
And gatherers out there, all of Chris's stuff, in my opinion, and listen to all his stuff from the Push Stars way back to today. But the stuff to me that he is writing as he ages, it's like it's wine that ages. It's awesome songwriting like that.
You know, it's also great junior high madrigal group. That go back and check that stuff out. They're very, 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 very strong.
All right, get out of here. I got to sing a last song with them.
He's gonna ask you something though.
Oh yeah.
So when you've been a road warrior
Sit right here. Stay on the camera. I got to sing one last.
You've been a road warrior for many, many years.
Yeah.
How do you avoid writing songs about, truck stops, hotels, and band infighting and that kind of stuff? Like how do you relate to somebody who has a 9-to-5 job still? Because that's been a challenge for me because my life has been truck stops and hotels and venues and backstage and
Yeah.
So how do you relate to
man,
people?
that's such a great question. Because I think that all of us, you and me, and every single one of the gatherers out there, are all faced with the things that we want, the things that we think are going to make us happy, the things that we think are going to make us happy that are not going to fucking make us happy no matter how hard we try, the things that are going to make us happy that we'll never achieve because we're going to fail, the moments that we feel good about ourselves and the moments that we feel bad about ourselves. And all of those things are universal, right? So if your song about a truck stop can speak to that universal experience of being human, it doesn't matter whether it's in a truck stop or it's in a minor league ball field or it's at the front of a classroom or it's in the gravel pits. Like, you can bring whatever you're experiencing that day. I try to bring whatever I'm experiencing that day in the truck stop to telling the story about the guy that's stuck in the gravel pit.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, right? If I'm trying to write about somebody that has a very different life than me, that's what I try. Sometimes I get it, and sometimes I fail really, really, really badly, But the moments when I get it, it overwhelms me with feeling like I'm doing the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, even though it doesn't always feel right and it doesn't always feel good, which is how we all feel.
Right. Yeah, it's a good answer.
Thank you.
Very
Whew! That was a tough question from a good songwriter. It's hard to, that's an intimidating one to answer. So, Chris, we have a song that we finish every gathering with, and I know this ain't your first rodeo, and I am sure I wasn't looking at the comments, but I just know that all my gatherers love you now, and that's how that's supposed to work. And I also know you've been around long enough that it's not going to be a horribly uncomfortable experience for you hang out while I sing this song and still be on camera and being with these gatherers, even though you're not singing. So, but this is a song called "The Toast," and for 468 nights, we finished every gathering with this song.
Cool.
All right.
Nice.
Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind it bears. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us, and all that we see is to our hearts, and the air that we breathe is to around in good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. That's the wrong fucking verse. Raise up your glasses. 468 nights, I should know this. Let us drink to this time that we have. For these moments pass lightly, won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly, right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us, and all that we see is to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one early. This night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Cheers.
Sorry.
That is a takeout margarita, a bold and impressive call. Cheers, gatherers. This has been a really special night for me, and I'm really thankful that y'all are here with us. You obviously, I know y'all are going to be following up with Chris, and I promise you this won't be the last time you hear from him. Certainly in my circles. Next 3 nights, I'm out with the bandies. So it'll be an adventure, a different backyard every single night. So, as always, please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. And I'll see you tomorrow.